He said red pill overdose is the topic of tonight. What's up, Miles? What's going on, introvert? What's going on? So yeah, we got on here late tonight, so I'm not expecting too many people to be on here tonight. So yeah, you guys forgive me. I don't know why that camera is so misty right now. I have no idea why that is that misty. It's kind of making me mad a little bit. Nah, I need to. Nah, we need to keep this fire going because this is peaceful. So what's going on, guys? It's Miles back from another live stream. You know, I apologize again for the camera being a little blurry. I don't know if that's because of the light rays. It's something weird going on. This typically doesn't. It ain't that bad, but it is what it is. And I'm not in the mood to change it because it's late at night and I can't be on here for too much longer. Probably about 20 minutes, then I got to get off again because we got to head to work in the morning, early in the cold morning. Anyways, guys, we got to talk about today's topic. This red. What I'm starting to realize is the red pill is not actually helping men. It's actually hurting men, which is crazy because I was watching some videos of Myron Gaines, and man, bro, like he be red pill every 5 seconds, bro. I'm like, God damn, can y'all just chill out? Can you just do a stream? She's a high introvert, high galore. It's the same. It's just the same one. I already knew ish like that was bound to happen to these clowns. What's going on, Jolner? What's going on, Subaru? For some reason, there is a shield next to my username rather than a Sprinch. Hey, it means you must be loyal for a longer period of time, I guess, because on my screen it still shows a wrench on mine. But yeah, man, these dudes done took this shit way too far, bro. They done took this shit way too far. Yeah, actually, that shit is actually bothering me. Let me flip this. Let me see if it's any better on this way. Nope, that shit way worse. Well, it's better in some senses and worse in other senses. Probably gotta chill that light a little bit. Chill that light. Y'all like, you like, Miles, what the hell you doing over there, bro? All right. All right. All right, that's just probably as good as it's gonna get for tonight. So what's your dream car? I don't really have a dream car. Me and what is it? Mercedes. What is that? I can't even think right now, bro. To be honest with you. A G-Wagon, and that's only because it's rare to see and it's a tax write-off. He's so red pill, he can't even relax. I know, you see, Subaru, you be looking at it too. Like Myron be, bruh, I'm like, bro, chill. Like I seen a video of him recently, like he in the club or he at Andrew Tate's place with these fine ass women around from different races, white, thick, thin, petite, redheads, brunettes, blondes. And this nigga talking about, hey bro, you know, while you in her DMs, she over here at this mansion, you know, you can't trust. I'm like, bro, chill. Bro, chill out. Homie, go have a good time. Go talk to one of the chicks, have a few drinks, turn up, have fun, bruh. He be every 5 seconds, bro. You know these chicks. I'm like, bro, chill. I'm glad you're covering this topic fully in depth. Yes, it needs to be because it's turned the other way. I didn't want to believe it. As you guys come in here And you guys that are already in here commenting in the chat, double tap the screen to hit the like button. But I didn't want to believe it, bro. I didn't want to believe it. Dudes done took this shit way too far, bro. Dudes done forgot the art of keeping the player having finesse. They've lost that completely. They've lost that completely, bro. You ain't gotta when you guys go on dates and stuff, you guys should be talking about, conservative, traditional stuff. Like, bro, just sit there, have fun. Like, they forgot about this. They forgot about this, bro. What's that song? Girls just want to have fun. They forgot this. They ain't trying to have no serious conversation on a date. Come on, man. All right, let me pause that for it. Copyright me my stuff. All right, let me skip to the part. That's enough of that. Hopefully, I don't get copyright. But yeah, bro, like y'all be taking this shit way too serious, bro. Way too serious, man. And like it's turning you into an incel, and it's turning you into being angry at women. This shit was never supposed to be that you become bitter and hopeless and black pill. Like the red pill then evolved into some black pill shit. I'm like, bro, y'all literally done gave up. Like dudes literally done gave up. They given up. I'm like, bro, all you have to do is get down to 10 to 15% body fat, get a job that makes 70, 80K, and you'll get a woman, bro. I promise you it ain't that hard. Color coordinate your fucking clothes, get a haircut every 2 weeks. Bro, a chick is gonna show up. I promise you she is. I'm like, bro, this is crazy, man. Yeah, exactly. That's the stupid shit, introvert. He not even he act, I ain't gonna get into all that. Myron's BP must be through the roof. And then he be so like homie, he be in the club around a lot of women and don't speak to none of them. I'm like, bro, and he only had like one girlfriend. I'm like, are you serious? You 30 some years old? Be getting all types of headaches. Yeah, smile a little bit. Yeah, with him having a law enforcement background, he's gotten too damn cocky. Even if it goes nowhere, have fun. You don't live forever. Wonderful song. Yeah. You know what? You're right. I've had a multiple conversation with someone about this, and they told me you can't be negative when you're interacting with women, let alone dating. So it makes sense. Yeah, you can't, bro. You should be smiling, and you ain't got to be goofy smiling, but like keep a smirk on your face, keep the shit light. Talk, be conversational, talk about normal stuff. It's not a pickup line. It ain't you dudes trying to glorify certain stuff. Just have a conversation. How was the drive? Drive was cool. Okay, how was work this week? The weather was bad. How was the weather? Oh yeah, you told me that on the date nap, or you told me through text that you went to this place the year before. How was that? With some like, bro, just have regular conversation. Excuse me. Y'all be overthinking this shit. Just talk. He said Myra hates black people, and he's Sudanese. He's technically black. He's a different kind of black, Middle Eastern black. He said, "How do you hate black people and you're black?" Yeah, and it's kind of crazy part. He's a Sudanese and light skinned. I don't. He's self hating. He want to be white. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that some people hate the skin that they're in, and they want to be somebody else's skin. He even did the NAZI salute. I'm like, bro, he has done lost his mind, bro. I don't even, bro. He in a different space. And like dudes today, they literally can't be trusted because some of these dudes, some of these podcasters that set up these podcasts to roast these women, they set these women up on these podcasts, and it's all a game. You guys don't even see the game coming. It's a whole charade, guys. So the women go on the podcast knowing they're gonna get eviscerated because their OF account, their followers are gonna go up because the audience of men is secretly thirsty. Yeah, they want to see these women, these 304s get cooked, but they also are like thirsty, which is why they're watching it in the first place. Because any rational man doesn't want to hear a bunch of 304s argue about stupid stuff. So guys like me, guys like you guys, we don't even watch this stuff because we don't give a damn about these people, what they think, how they move, who cares? But the audience of guys that watch this stuff, that are stuck in this rage and hate women, they watch it for them to get cooked, but they're also watching it because they have this kind of sick urge to smash them as well. It's the weirdest thing. Human beings love what they hate. You know what I'm saying? You'll have a, a guy in slavery that hates black people, but he'll have lots of continuous sex with black women. But it's weird. It's weird. The thing that people hate is the thing that they secretly love. And so it's the same thing with this RP stuff. The guys they hate these women and all this stuff, but they still thirsty and be watching X-rated content and be horny and all that stuff. And that's why they going as soon as after the show, the women's OF accounts and their Instagram following be going up. And then the other thing is the podcasters that be roasting them on the television, on the YouTube live, they be um, the podcasters that be roasting these women, they be smashing the chicks. It's a whole game, bro. I promise you. It's a whole game. You don't even know. What's up, Dan Patrick? He said, I just can't wrap my head around there's no respect. Like how many more he ain't gonna get it, bro. The shame, of but the audience watches. Oh, exactly. They watch. Exactly. And there's always alcohol being present when women come around. Ridiculous. He says it's a power trip thing. They just want to feel powerful. He said that is very true indeed. The slave masters of the past have done this many times, and it's just with everything. You can go to Dr. Umar too. He'd be like, I don't date non, I only date black women. Put a thick ass white girl, put a thick ass Latina in front of him, and watch his whole tune change, bro. He gonna smash the hell out them chicks too. So really, these things, these hatred, especially when it comes to racism, is basically just against the men. It's a mate guarding tactic. But anyway, that's not what the topic is about. But yeah, guys, the guys have taken this RP stuff they're taking this stuff way too far. It was just supposed to be about you knowing and accepting female nature, what's going to happen when certain things happen in your life in certain situations. But it wasn't supposed to turn into you being hopeless. It wasn't supposed to turn into you being hateful, you being lazy. Like this is not what this is for. It's not meant for you to scold women every 5 seconds. Like dudes be going on dates and talking red pill stuff. I'm like, bro, y'all ridiculous. She not even supposed to know that she a 304. She supposed to not even know that you just plan on smashing and dashing. You're not even supposed to bring that stuff up and pop up those thoughts in her head. It's supposed to be a cordial interaction, a fun interaction. And it ain't rocket science, guys. These women be having intercourse. Do you really need to watch a whole bunch of RP stuff to figure that out? A lot of you guys be knowing your girlfriend was a 304 in the past. Your wife was 304 in the past. A lot of you guys be knowing, and you just ignore it. You know, it's a bed you made and laid in yourself. What's up, Chris? So yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, yeah, the RP stuff it took this stuff way too far. They gotta shame women every 5 seconds. Like shame is gonna work, guys. Once a human being in general has made their mind up, they're going a certain way. There really ain't no way to talk them out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like with politics or whatever. Why would in religion? Why would you argue these things? Like I hope you guys in your real life. I hope you guys don't talk about this stuff into your real life and argue about this stuff in person because you're not changing anybody. And what's the point of talking about something that's not going to change? So I hope you guys at work, when you go on dates and all this stuff, you don't even bring up certain stuff. You're not even supposed to bring up certain stuff. It's not even needed. You know what I'm saying? And plus, when people feel judged, you need the woman. See, you guys don't have any. They don't. These guys don't have any game today. You're supposed to let the woman. You're supposed to not be non-judgmental in general. You know, because people's lives, it is what it is. People go through certain stuff and they can't control it. Sometimes they did control it. Sometimes it's just a mistake. Sometimes it is what it is. They just who they is. So you shouldn't be judgmental because we all make our own mistakes. But you definitely, if you're trying to get information and trying to see if this woman is good for long term, you don't need her to have her walls up. You need her to feel relaxed around you. And so this is why this is why Pookie and Ray Ray and them are getting laid so much because the average guy is becoming so red pill or becoming more red pill. And they're raging against women in person, online, and all this stuff that they go to the bad boy because the bad boy he don't judge them. Matter of fact, the bad boy don't even talk. They just smoke they joints. They smoke their joints, drink a couple shots, and they be smashing. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the bad boy he be having threesomes and he even have a job. Meanwhile, you guys are red pill raging with making 6 figures and can't get a woman. Like I was watching Andrew Tate and all them. I'm like, all these dudes together, it's a whole bunch of dudes together and very little women. And he be paying the women to come up there. All this shit is a charade, homie. They don't have no game. It's crazy. It's best to follow your discernment. As for me, I had a female childhood crush and found out that she was a lesbian, married, and have a child too. But I believe that I dodged a bullet. Yeah, it's crazy, guys. Like people be hiding their urges. Dudes be married. Dudes and women be fully married with children and be gay. It's crazy, ain't it? You be like, bro, just be yourself. Nope, they can't do it. They feel some kind of shame, and they be hiding it behind kids and families, and that's why a lot of them guys being. That's why them people being, sexless marriages because you married a person that's not even really attracted to, not really heterosexual like that. Crazy work, ain't it? It's crazy work. Or, you know, they know you can't handle it, and they know they want to have a orgy or have an open relationship, and you don't want to have it. I think you're dating until you feel a connection that goes beyond surface stuff. Otherwise, it should just be vibes. I don't expect a man to tell me his past on day one. Yeah, like guys, women are in here. Subaru is a woman, Asian woman at that. You know, a lot of you guys like them exotic Asian women. Um, yeah, she's telling you guys the truth. She said it should just be vibes, and she don't expect you guys to tell your past on the first date. And you know what's crazy, Subaru? When I talk to chicks and ask them about their past experiences, they be saying the same shit. Like y'all be letting the ghost run loose, bro. Like what is wrong with y'all, man? Eastern European. How does a man get a threesome with no job? Must have crazy game or crazy looks or crazy dick. Some dudes just got charisma though. You know, some dudes at the right place at the right time. I was talking to a chick, and this chick was in college. And she was like, you know what? Her and her friend was just they wanted to have a threesome, and they just found a guy. So sometimes you tend to at the right place at the right time. It's not really no game. Oh yeah. She said I prefer engineers, mathematicians. Energy taste shouldn't have the flagship of how men should behave. Yeah, he really shouldn't. But all it takes is I guess all it takes is to have a couple tattoos and smoke a cigar with a suit on, and dudes just automatically think you're the most masculine, cool guy in the world. It's crazy, bro. And you guys go back and look at them videos of them guys with them and Myra and all that stuff. They all together. It's nothing but it's a sausage party. It's nothing but dudes around. Ain't no woman around like, damn, that's top G. Nope. And all the women in his streams be paid for. He be paying for them to even be there. I'm like, bro, there's dudes in college that throw parties, and they throw the best parties, and they don't even pay the women to go half the time. All they do is advertise. They might give them a few incentives, keep them, get them free drinks or something like that, and then women be flocking to them parties. Meanwhile, Tate got to pay each chick $1,000 for them to show up and pretend online. This is crazy, bro. It's crazy. You guys are in a circus and you don't realize it. You're in the circus and you don't even realize it, bro. This shit is wild out here. The internet is getting faker and faker by the day. My bad. I didn't mean to play that shit. My bad. I'm trying to get off this damn screen. But yeah, dudes and took this RP stuff way too far, bro. You supposed to just know how women move, how they act in certain situations. Just take that information and apply it to your everyday life. Dudes be out here raging. Why you mad, man? You ain't gonna change a woman's nature. You can't even change a man's nature. But having this information can make you better assess the situation. But dudes would just rather argue and not even talk to chicks. It's crazy. And I ain't saying that dating is easy. I ain't saying these chicks is just good people all the time, but damn, y'all go to the club and be talking to chicks and have a drink in your hand, be talking about red pill content. Come on, bro. y'all be too serious. He said if I date someone based on it can be. Oh yeah, y'all just talking to each other. I don't get it. Is it fun of dating someone knowing that they're physically physical? I don't get it. Isn't the fun of dating someone knowing them beyond their physical appearance, their energy, their movement, their vibe, that transcends physical stuff? Well, you got to stop thinking, Subaru, that every woman thinks like you, um, or definitely not every man thinks that way either. That's what it should be, but the problem is people fall for looks rather than character. Yeah, I mean it's the animal nature, you know. You attract it's the primal nature. I burst out laughing when you accidentally play that song. Yeah, yeah. Dudes don't even know that song. And dude, life is based on decisions. Yep, you gotta make the right decisions at the right time. And if you do make the wrong decision, correct it and don't keep making the same wrong decision. That's wisdom right there. You can't change the nature, but you can make better decisions and be respectful. And what man's nature is that? And what man's nature is that to think with his Johnson? When you see a bad chick with a thick, with some ass, some titties, she curvy, small waist, whatever you like, petite, blonde, whatever, blue eyed people, curvy women, dark skin, light skin, Latinas, curly hair, whatever gives you that that high attraction. You know, men are we're physical first. So a man's nature is you got to be attractive at some level. There's no see for women, a woman can overlook you being ugly if you have money. You know, because we're assessed on more things. But a man's nature, when he's dealing with a woman, it don't matter if you have good character. It don't matter if you have good, you make good money. It don't matter if you know all these celebrities. If you're not attractive, it doesn't matter. So that's a man's nature in a nutshell. Life is already short as it is to be arguing, getting rid. Yeah, it's stupid stuff. And speaking of clubs, many females and studs have taken over the regular straight clubs. Many people are coming out. You know what, Dan? Shout out to Dan. I'll make you moderate on the channel, bro. I appreciate you being in here. Dan, you 100% correct. Bro, I didn't see that with my own eyes. And you know who it is mainly? Women. Guys, a lot of these women be going both ways. They be playing for both teams, right? He said the clubs and turn into a social haven for GAY people, men and women. I agree 100% because the RP stuff has gotten out of hand. A lot of dudes just don't giving up on women. They've given up, or some of them are masculine and they pivoted to a different, transport, passport bros or something. They pivoted to a different solution. So the heterosexual dudes, they just like screw it. I'm gonna just sit at home and play video games and jerk it rather than freaking deal with these women, which is not a, it's really a negative mindset. It's a loser's mindset. Hopefully you guys snap out of that. Not saying that video game you can't play video games. Not saying that you should, marry every woman that you look at. But I'm just like, just do that shit all day, every day. Come on, man. Dudes be like, I'm gonna. He said, why you mean shaking my head, bro? why you saying that, introvert? He said F clubs either way. Bro, going out and dancing be fun. Like just because it's a club don't mean it's like the typical club. There's different clubs. There's Latin clubs where they dance and do reggae, what is that? Salsa dance and all that stuff. Like it's different kinds of stuff, bro. I don't know if you saw my comment on your previous live the other night, but I said this: can't nobody pay me to get on social media platforms just to bash black women. Yeah, I agree. The F clubs playing both sides of the fence and ish. Y'all tripping. Dom, what we tripping about? Thanks for making me moderator. I'm honored. Yeah, shout out to you. Subscribe if you haven't. Nah, but I don't get it. Like, I know men want beautiful, but don't be bashing them. I agree. They be taking the shit too far. They be taking the shit way too far. You know what I'm saying? Way too far. Dudes done forgot how to keep. They didn't forgot how to finesse and keep it player and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Certain things don't need to be said. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing, Subaru, is they be going in on chicks, and if you go through their body count, they done bang fat chicks. It ain't like they banging the top 10% of chicks. It's crazy. I used to go to the top in San Diego. It quickly became boring, worse than casinos. Mm. What made it worse? Black women bash women, black men bash women from their own community just to put another woman from a different racial community on a pedestal, and that's what black men screw up at. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Now, granted, black women aren't perfect; they have their own mistakes, but I definitely don't agree with putting other races of women on a pedestal either, because they got the same nature. Female nature is female nature. It don't matter the race. A woman is a woman, whether she Asian, she black. She gonna need the same stuff: money, resources, status, good looks. She gonna need all of it. Emotional stability, something like leadership. Going out and dancing is fun, especially with R&B music. Yeah, yeah, it is fun. People do think they got to go to the club to drink. I'm like, bro, I don't. Last time I went to the club or a club adjacent, I was dancing and chicks was coming up to me, bro, giving me two. It's crazy, man. This damn 40-year-old was trying to get some, and she looked good too. I ain't gonna lie, but I was like, nah, a little thirsty ass. Reminds me of my childhood crush. She said that she was into girls when she was in 8th grade, but I beg to differ. I believe she got turned out in college. Yeah, that's the untold secret about women in college, bro. They be having so many different experiences. Women go off to college, they be getting freshman and sophomore year, they're getting their backs blown in, bro. You guys don't understand, bro. Like the freshmen, the senior athletes is hitting, they going balls deep, homie, hitting her stomach type shit. And then on top of that, she having fun and she becoming reckless and shit. So she having too much fun and she end up screwing a chick. She be getting herself licked and licking the other chicks and be making out with them. They be getting to some wild shit freshman and sophomore year, guys. It be some crazy shit. They be getting trains ran on them by the athletes and stuff. Bro, they be getting smashed. They be working as a bartender getting smashed by the manager. It's crazy shit, bro. Besides, you're giving black women a legitimate reason to clown your ass on social media platforms by doing that ish anyway. I mean, some of them be right though, introvert. I'm not saying you can't critique them. Just you can't critique them if you ain't ish either yourself. That's what I'm saying. Men do not go to the club to dance. Have you ever called a friend and said, "Hey, let's go dancing"? But it's fun to dance, bro. Now it depends on the dude, cause like with me, I legitimately like music, so it don't matter to me if the chicks is there or not. I want the chicks to be there, but if the music ain't hitting, let me say it like this: if the music ain't hitting, I ain't going out there. The music gotta be hidden, or I'm leaving the club. If the music ain't hitting, I'm gone. I ain't buying no drinks. I ain't talking to no chicks. I'm gone, bro. Now, granted, some of you guys can't dance, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying when I go out to the club, I'm just doing all this weird, goofy shit. But dance ain't nothing wrong with dance. The Spartans used to have like a little dance they used to do. So like it's a part of masculinity. And like the dude that can dance salsa, and the dude that can do spin the chicks 3 ways and flip her up and catch her and all that stuff. They be getting girls, bruh. That can 2 step and country dance like that. They be killing the game. You're right, cause it's I have to be picky. You say he funny. Even non-black women are seeing through black men's BS, especially talking bad, bro. We passed that, bro. Black women ain't perfect, but who cares, bro? They still. I ain't gonna get into all that. We're not even talking about black women. Nah. I was about to say something else. It's that is messed up. One question: do black just want kids all years of school? They are going nuts. Yep, yeah, I heard. He said, yeah, I heard fresh meat too. Absolutely, the actual perversion at these universities be over the top. Yet it be so bad. It's like, damn, did y'all really come to school to learn? Like y'all just come up here to have fun. Like y'all went to school because you had that super stern dad, you know what I'm saying, or whatnot, or you just trying to get away from your parents, your childhood and start over. So you went to school 6 hours away, you went to school 3 hours away, and you trying to do whatever you can because ain't nobody gonna know back home. It's crazy. As far as me, I'm glad that I listened to my intuition and discernment because it saved me from future heartbreaks. Yeah, a lot of these women, excuse me, a lot of these women, they be out there. They be out there. Big Sean, like the rapper, I've dated, or he dated Janine for 10 years, gave her a kid, and then done left her. Like I'm noticing that children keep being born, but there's no ring. That's just the American culture. Like I know, my mom was telling me about this woman um, that just recently retired that she used to work for. She said both her daughters, and this is a white woman. She said both her daughters got kids, and they don't even. One of they baby dads is living with them, so they daughter moved back home into their parents' home, and one of their baby daddies is two daughters. They both living at the house. One of the baby daddies is living with them at the house. It's just the American culture. It's just the American culture. This shit is rampant. And of course, when you get divorced, you become a baby mama or a baby daddy or whatnot. So it's just it's a culture of broken families and broken communities. It just is what it is at this point. I mean, it's sad, but it's real. This is why the American culture is deteriorating because you can't make America great if the Americans themselves aren't great. We got to re-educate, reform the family, which is why feminism is probably the biggest reason that's causing the dysfunction amongst the family. When women get to behaving like males, they don't want to have kids. So I mean, it's just like, man, it's a double-edged sword, man. Uh, so it's born out of the night. Yeah, it happens, super. It happens. It ain't. We all got here. I know a dude. I know a dude that I grew up with. He a white guy too. And he said in junior, we was talking about something. And he said in junior high, he said, yeah, my parents legitimately told me that was an accident. Legitimately told me that he was an accident. You know, it get like that. That's why I said that primal nature of the intercourse and attraction. You can't control it. We think we can control it. We think we have free will. That's a different conversation for a different day. One guy asked me, "What have you learned in college?" I told him he was surprised and shook my hand. I told him, and he was surprised and shook my hand and said, "You're one of the few who answered my question." I was happy and honored. What'd you tell him? What'd you tell him, Dan Patrick? What you learned in college? The classes don't really teach you shit. I'm gonna be real with you. You just get to learn life lessons of being by yourself, learning how people fickle and fake. You know what I'm saying? They don't really stand for nothing. They be partying too much. You get to learn how women act, how fickle they are in college. So, and then some bonds you make and keep. Chris said some classes only half the students will show up exactly after at A&M. The first couple months, everybody be excited to go to class. They be excited to go to class. They get up there, homie. It'd be like, excuse me, at 7 a.m. The college parking be packed. You can't even get a parking spot. Everybody late. The bus is running late because everybody's showing up right at 7, even though your class start at 8. You know what I'm saying? And really, college is a finesse for most people because you don't know what you want to do, and you're gonna get into a whole bunch of debt and still not know what you want to do, and not even work in the field that you're working in. Only show up to start financial aid, show up halfway through the class, and want to catch up. Yeah, exactly. I've seen that shit way too many times. You know, human nature is you see procrastination everywhere, everywhere. Yeah, but my point is like you shouldn't shame the family or the kid. People look at me odd in my culture because I was a mistake. Yeah, I mean you have no control over that. I agree, but that's what human beings do. They judge each other and they critique each other and try to create some kind of hierarchy that they're better than you. So in a way, you're kind of a misfit. You know, college was a waste of my time in cybersecurity. Really, really. Why do you say that? Because I was actually at one point thinking about going back to college to get a cybersecurity degree, but luckily I found this course I'm gonna take in August that's like 90% cheaper. That will get me into cloud. What's going on, Lizzie? That's an interesting comment you made there. Paradigm paradox. Let me know why it's a waste of time because I almost went back to college for cybersecurity. Is it just a whole bunch of theory and you never any labs or done that you can practice and that you have or projects that you can do that shows you have experience in that field? Is that what you're trying to say? Like I said before, college is a borderline scam. Yeah, if you choose the wrong degree. Yep. Now some of these things serve as like your licensing or like if you're a doctor or you're a nurse or something, or like you're a lawyer, like you have to get a bachelor's degree. That's like nothing you can, unless you're like Barron Trump. Dan Patrick, I've learned how humans operate, female nature, made some friends and associates who helped me along my journey. I agree. Understood political science, learned the basics of information technology. That's good because that's IT is going to be a field for the future. I'm trying to get in the cloud now. This is the new economy. Yeah, human nature is a big one. Female nature. We weren't asked to be here, but that's beyond our control. True introvert. I could I could have did it with a certificate. Yes. Mm. It was 10 years old stuff. Ooh, yeah. That's the thing about college, man, too, man. And that's the thing about college right now, too, because the fields that you guys need to get into, and I keep talking about this stuff, is tech, AI, IT, cybersecurity. But like nobody is teaching you in college right now because AI is so bleeding edge. Nobody is teaching you or educating you properly on how to use AI. You know, people are gonna be teaching AI courses and have a whole AI degrees 5, 10 years from now, and that shit gonna be way outdated. AI gonna have a whole different thing. And like AI, this shit is moving so fast, bro. It's scary, bro. It's so scary, bro. Like it can legitimately make applications. Like before, you needed engineers, you needed you needed a whole bunch of shit just to get the app going. A whole lot of money and people volunteering their time, multiple engineers, homie. And now you can just copy and paste some what do you some language, some Python, some coding, and that shit'll pop that app right back. It's crazy, man. People don't understand, homie. Like Paradox and Dan Patrick, y'all better talk to these dudes, bro, cause y'all in the field, homie. Like this shit is it's moving so fucking fast, bro. This shit is moving so fucking fast, bro. He said, "White hat, are you red hat or blue hat? White hat. What's a white hat? I know red and blue is, red is, pen tester. Blue is like a SOC analyzer or analyst. I learned about philosophy, English writing, and anthropology. Yeah, anthropology is underrated. I used to think that evolutionary stuff was BS. Is actually real shit. Unfortunately, they were not married, at least in my knowledge. I got my Cisco certification and CISSP outside of college. Yeah, I heard that's a big one, big certification. Cisco's a networking thing, so yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, you're in cybersecurity, yeah, networking cert. He said yes for USDA. You know what, Paradigm? We need you. We need your expertise, homie. So sub to the channel. I'm gonna make you a moderator on the channel, homie. We need your expertise because this is where the new wave of jobs and stuff is coming, bro. So your perspective is going to be needed on this channel. To all the people in the live stream, if you're a virgin, don't feel bad because you are precious to the universe and you have a clean slate. You're not jaded nor tainted by humans' selfish desires. Yep. Yeah, and once you have it, once you have good SEX, you're gonna be chasing it for the rest of your life, bro. So, you know, it's very hard to get de-disciplined when you've been out there participating in stuff. Ethical hacker, I guess. I thought that was a red. That's what the red team was. Pen tester, penetration testers, ethical hacker. Thought that was a red team. Yeah, so Paradigm going to say what the white team, what the white hat is. I don't know what that is. Yeah, it is like a drug introvert. I'm speaking from experience, homie. Real talk, it is. I was late tonight because someone used an AI answer for an electrical problem instead of an engineer. Yeah, it's not good just yet. You definitely have to double check it, the AI. But once you double check it and make sure it's running properly, it's gonna keep going, bro. But yeah, you can't just aimlessly use it without rechecking it. He said it's like a drug. I don't know. I don't even know what you talking about, Super. Yes, but red is civilian. White is a government or state that does. Oh, so it's a combination. That's true. I did hear about that. That is true. It's a combination of both of them. Yeah. So yeah. Oh hell yeah. You making lots of money, bro. That's actually, if I wasn't gonna get into cloud security, well, I could still do red and blue in the cloud, or a version of that in the cloud. But yeah, if I was gonna go to the traditional cybersecurity route and be a SOC analyst and all that stuff, I would have wanted to know the red and the blue side too. Because once you know the red and the blue side, it's like, damn, you know how people can hack into the network and how to defend against it, and you know how people naturally think on both sides. So you can you know you shit, you an asset to the company. You ain't gonna get fired no time soon. Yes, brother, artificial intelligence really taking over. Remember the song "Computer Love" by Zach? That's one of my favorite songs. One of the most creative songs ever made was that song, Computer Love by Zapp and Roger. Troutman, yeah, and the artist Virtual Insanity, they were explaining the future. Yeah, yeah. Like uh we're headed towards a new world order where it's gonna have an economic caste system. And so if you don't learn this tech shit now, 5 years from now, guys, you're gonna be stuck in the same place. You're gonna be stuck, homie. So if you ain't learning this shit, you better get behind somebody that is, especially if you're a woman. Because all them jobs that you typing shit on the internet, AI can do that shit and analyze and do it a lot faster and quicker without emotion, without you arguing with your boss, without you having to go to work, go home and need to sleep and you complaining about certain stuff. Like AI gonna keep running 24/7 and it's cheaper. It don't need benefits, you know what I'm saying? So you don't need expenses. So, you gotta pay payroll to it. So yeah, guys, it makes too much sense why people are overly investing into this stuff. So you guys better adjust your situation now. Engineer's blue collar career, if I'm not mistaken. It depends. My friend has a master's degree in electrical engineering, helping him. Yeah, yeah, and that's the other thing too, Chris. Shout out for you saying that. And I think that's what you mean. Like, hey, like if you ain't gonna be the person that can start the company or can do this shit, you better that friend that is, you better help him build the company or help be his assistant at that whatever company he at making good money so you can not be left out. Something you attached to the win in some way. I think it depends on the engineer if it's blue collar or not. I'm an engineer too, but it's hard. Chris, you're an electrical engineer. He said, "Yeah, I'm retired Army." Yeah, that's a whole lot of money. It is long hours though. Sometimes, depending on what it is, chemical engineers they make a shit ton, but they work their asses off for that money. Some dudes have asked me, "Do you get cat?" This was back in high school, but that ish doesn't is annoying after a while. 100% U.S. Army. We are automating customer services. Yeah, yeah, CRM. That's a real thing, Like we gon' homie within 3 to 5 years, you gonna call and be talking to an AI. Matter of fact, a lot of you guys, when you go on different companies' websites, you're already talking to an AI. You're talking to an agent, an AI agent. You're typing it in, like when at the bottom right, it says like, what do you need? What can I help you with? And then you say what you need, and then it'll take you, it pop the link up to where you need to go, or it'll say frequently asked questions, and it'll have your question right there. Like, homie, this shit, we already in it. Y'all better run, homie. Y'all better get to running, homie. Y'all ain't got too much long. I promise you. Yeah, thank you for your service. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Chris. We got everybody. We got tech people in here, entrepreneurs, and the UK guy in here, Jazz in here, as an entrepreneur, married. We got military dudes. We got tech people. We got everybody, gamers, women. We got everybody. We got everybody up in here, bro. We are automating marketing. Yeah, because I seen the VO2. What is the VO3? Google VO3, where they got all these different AI videos being created. Like celebrities will be a thing of the past. Automating accounting, yep, because the AI can do the numbers way faster. Chat GPT can analyze that shit and give you a better conclusion better in 5 seconds, bro. It's crazy, man. People don't see it. People don't see the heel turn paradigm paradox. They don't see the heel turn that's coming. They have no clue. They don't get it, bro. But once they get into it, they gonna be like, "Damn, I should have." Yeah, that's why I love space technology. AI is more restrictive there because space tech is highly sensitive. Yeah, it can't do everything yet. Yeah. For the record, I'm a gamer. Hey, shout out to you. Yeah, you an introvert is gamers. My stepson is an aerospace engineer for Blue Origin. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. You got dudes making six figures easy, making six figures easily, guys. And this is the community that we're creating, guys. We want people that are hardworking, honest people, trustworthy people, achievers, in shape, health. There are many types of clowns that would fool around and get STDs, get somebody pregnant with nobody afford raising a kid, and they are all types of clowns to act thirsty around females. So I'm gamer two. My question is, how can you make eight figures? Bro, don't even worry about making eight figures. Start where you at. Eight figures is $10 million and up. Like, bro, we so far so far away from that. That's real estate. That's one away. But like, bro, just baby steps. You know what I'm saying? People be like, start a business. Well, you don't know how a business runs. Go work for somebody first. Get the experience, learn, or become the 2 to 3 to 4 to somebody else that's running a company. But like, yeah, you got to get a skill set. You got to know something. You got to know business. You got to study business. You got to study assets. People are like, you got to invest in stocks and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, you definitely do, but that's only 10% max. 10% is not a whole lot. It's not a whole lot of drastic stuff. Now, granted, if you got into crypto early, if you got into, different stuff early, like AI is that's the new thing right now. That's the new early thing. Study the tax code, yeah. Yeah, there's a good book on that too. I forgot the name of it. I have it over there. Tax-free wealth. Some guy from Robert Kiyosaki camp. Excuse me. So this is off topic, but I'm considered a nerd in the hood ghetto, but in the other racial communities, I'm an average Joe. The crazy part is I play different sports like baseball, basketball, and football. Well, over here, we want you to be yourself. So if you're a nerd, bro, like, it don't matter. But like, it's the stupid stuff in the black community that you got to leave behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, they think every dude should be a hood dude and play basketball and be a rapper. Like, what make it worse, Dan Patrick, is the black women. That's them the dudes they pursue. So it's like, damn, if you want to get an attractive black woman, you gotta fit into that mold. And some dudes just don't. You value going to school. It's crazy. The black community is backwards, which is why you gotta leave it, to a certain extent. Cause it's like you get more praise for getting out of prison than you do getting a degree. Paradox got his certificate, and as a Cisco person, that's a big achievement. Shout out to him. Chris and them are engineers and ex-military. You should get more praise for doing that, not getting out of prison because you sold drugs to your own community. Knowing damn well the Asians and certain whites don't do that shit, don't sell that shit to each other. Anyways, but yeah, you're not even a nerd, bro. You're not a nerd if you played baseball and basketball. I played all them three sports too. You're just smart. You're athletic and you're smart. You take your books seriously. So I wouldn't care. Most of these people opinions don't matter. He said nerds run the, yeah, exactly. Mark Zuckerberg and all them people are nerds, bro. Jeff Bezos and what's the dude that made Dell, Bill Gates, they nerds, bro. They ain't getting into no fights. you know? We don't live in them ages. We don't live in that age anymore where it's the biggest, the strongest dudes that run the world. It might get back to a point after the nuclear explosions go off, but we've advanced past that. The new alpha is the smart guy. You just should make it should ask AI to make money with where you. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd. You need to keep improving yourself. Yeah, and even if you are a nerd, like every man has a role in the hierarchy. Like the nerd is the dude that knows how to scientifically create bombs and like you need chemistry and all this stuff. Like you need all that stuff in any stable society. You need the nerds. Hell, it said Facebook, Amazon, Apple, all tech nerds. Yeah, like you need them. Like we didn't get rid of the NAZI scientists. We didn't get rid of them scientists. We used them and created NASA. Nerds. The only reason why I was considered a nerd because I used to get good grades and didn't follow what other blacks were doing. I did my own thing. I did the same shit, bro. I did the same shit. My thing is, I was, I hate to say this, I don't mean to offend anybody, but like I was kind of good looking. So like since I was good looking, it kind of took away my nerdiness, if that makes sense. But essentially, I was doing the same shit. Homie, there was a chick, and I remember this. This is a sad story, but this is how the black community is. I'm just gonna keep this shit real. And then, we gonna wind down the live stream. I'm supposed to go to sleep. Hop in the shower, go to sleep. But I was talking to this one chick, and she a mixed chick. She was white and black. She bad as hell. At that time, I had just gotten over a relationship. So I wasn't really in the mood to date. She really did some goofy shit back in high school. So I wasn't in the mood to date. But man, like this one chick, she was bad as hell. Curly hair. She went to end up going to Baylor as a lawyer now. But yeah, she was bad as hell looking back on that shit. But bro, she remember telling me, she's like, hey, I have a really good GPA. It's a 4 point something. But don't tell people because I don't want to be looked at as like a nerd or a geek, like something like that. I'm like, that's crazy. Homie, she could have went to Harvard, bruh. She could have went to Stanford, Harvard, Princeton. But again, getting good grades is a standard. Just keep learning and improving. Yep. But when black men resort to marrying Latinos or Asian, when black women complain about it all of a sudden, I find that it's very weird. Yes, mate guarding. I was an honor roll student in high school, if I can remember. That's good. But being an honor roll student and having street smarts are two different things. That is true. Like some dudes um, some dudes, some people is just book smart. They can know theory, but like when it comes to managing their own accounts and managing their own money and knowing human nature and knowing that people are laughing at them and not with them, they can't analyze that. Paradox says same. He said, I would say this back in high school, the nerds and the jocks are two different sides of the same coin because they were both clueless when it comes to female nature. Yeah. So like, yeah, you weren't even you're not a nerd. You're like a mix of both. You're like a hybrid. I could just tell Dan Patrick, I'm the same way. They both don't. Like the athlete, he don't realize that the reason why he's getting the women is because he's achieving, he's on his purpose, so to say, when it comes to achieving and getting stats on the football field and getting status on the football field. He don't realize that he's doing that. He think if he's getting all this stuff because he's the man. If I didn't play football, I'd still get these women type shit. The nerds, they just think they know theory about women, but they think every woman's going to be hypergamous and level up. I'm like, no, some women level down. Some women don't want to level up at all. They like being in the hood and like hood dudes, and so they can't. They resort to different stuff like negging and all this stuff. And I'm like, bro, theory doesn't save you. Avoid the drugs, peer pressure, and do your thing. Exactly. Even then, I tried to stay away from hood chicks as much as possible, interact with other types of females. Peer pressure is the mug. It is, especially when you're younger. He said, my bros get you in a passport, leave this ghetto behind. I agree. How are you mate guarding when you don't have a mate to guard? Make it make sense. Hybrid. Yeah, Dan Patrick is a hybrid of a nerd and and an athlete because he was good enough to make the team and play on the sports team, but he was smart enough to be in his books and stuff as well. So he's a hybrid. That's rare. That's a rare archetype of man. You know, that dumb jock shit is a real thing. Bro, yeah, passport bros. American dating is cooked. Gentlemen, as PP has pointed out, I will endorse being a passport bro is a good life. Yeah. Yeah, shout out to you, Chris, for being in the military, man. You was the first one of the first. The military men already knew about the passport bros, which is why a lot of them expats, they go over to Thailand, they go to Vietnam, Bangkok. I mean, they fall in love with them Asian women. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shit, a lot of y'all uncles from Vietnam War, they got Vietnamese wives. That's how y'all got Asian in y'all family, because y'all parents went to the Vietnam War. So my wife is Russian. Shout out to her. You know she bad. We know she bad, Chris. The Russian chicks be on point. Especially them Ukrainian women. Lord Jesus Christ. Oh Lord, I have 3 meals every day. I'm trying to process this whole mate guarding narrative. Like, how can you mate guard when you don't have a mate to guard? I forgot. I forgot what I was talking about, introvert. You had to bring it up again, but we gonna wind down. You guys send your last little comments and questions. We had a very productive live tonight. If you haven't already, double tap the screen, hit the like button on our way out. Half Ukrainian, half Russian. We know she bad, Chris. You ain't gotta say nothing, homie. We know she bad. He said, I love the group. I appreciate it. I know she bad, Chris. Shout out to you for getting the bad chicks. I didn't join the sports team. I just knew how to play during my free time. I eventually had to quit playing sports full time because I was half flat feet and eventually joined the JRTC and graduated. I mean, ain't no wrong with that. I mean, Austin Dunham was in the ROTC, and I don't see him as. I mean, I don't view nerds and jock. I don't view all that stuff. You know, because once you leave high school and you go to college and shit, and like I'm about to turn 28 this year. Like, homie, you look back at all them people, they losers now. The people that was cool in junior high and high school is losers now. And then you go to college, and the people that's cool in college is kind of different than the people that's cool in high school. Even though like college is like an extension of high school in a certain way, the dynamics are the same. You have something about mate guarding when I said black women complain about black men dating outside of. Yeah, I mean, you want they're highly attracted to black men, so they don't want them to go date anybody else, because if they date anybody else, that means there's less opportunities for them to date and mate and have kids. So that's what I mean by mate guarding. If black women complain, that's on them. You don't owe them a damn thing. You don't owe anybody a damn thing. Who cares about what women say? I agree. That's when reality kicked them in their asses. Love your life and be happy. Yep, because you only get one of them. So yeah, guys, we're gonna wind down. You send your last little questions and comments as we wind down the live stream. I really appreciate you guys for being in here. Shout out to Paradigm, shout out to Introvert, shout out to Chris, OG Chris, and Introvert for always being in here. Shout out to Dan Patrick, shout out to Subaru for being in here. Shout out to the new members, Paradigm and Dan Patrick, new moderators. I appreciate you guys. So We go. I try to go live Tuesday, Thursday, and the weekends. So that's 4 days a week. Sometimes on Monday, and sometimes during the week, Wednesday and Friday if I have an off day or something. So yeah, shout out to everybody in the building. It's an awesome live stream, dude. I appreciate it. That's when I question how the hell can women mate guard when she don't have a mate to guard. It'll come to you, bro. Think about what I said earlier. College really is an extension, but overall, you're right about the outcome. Some of these guys in the end are losers. College is a high school, except you pay for your education potentially out of your pockets. Yep, and you start off your work career, you graduate without any prospects because you thought it's going to guarantee you a job and it's not, and you start off the wrong foot with a whole bunch of debt. It's really a scam in a certain way that if your parents, excuse me, didn't educate you in the right way to go choose the right major and have the right skill set, then yeah, it's a scam because you're going to get they're going to sell you this dream that you have to get a degree, and really what they're trying to tell you is like make money for the educational system. All true. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys this weekend. Crash graduated from Harvard and still can't find a job. To exactly, college doesn't mean it's done changed. Like the new thing is certifications and projects and all that stuff in tech. This stuff is moving so quickly, guys, that you can learn a new skill within a year. So college is becoming outdated in a sense. Well, I think about it when I get a chance, maybe because black women don't want other races of women exploiting us. Who knows? I don't know about exploiting us. They just don't. Some of it's hate too. They just hating. They don't want you to be happy. They want you to be with them and be miserable sometimes. But anyways, guys, I've been on it way too long. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good rest of your day, good rest of your week. I will see you guys Saturday, especially if this weather don't act up. They saying people talking on the internet like it's that on the weather like it's damn Armageddon about to happen with this cold weather. I'm like, bro, chill. It's just 3 days. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys Saturday if all goes well. Look for me then. Peace.